So while everyone else is telling you to go no contact to get your ex back, I'm sitting here telling you don't go no contact to get your ex back. Instead, work on yourself. Work on taking radical self responsibility for the choices you've made, the people you've invited into your life, the relationships that you've decided to have, and even the way maybe something ended. Can you do that? Can you take radical self responsibility for, let's say, just in your relationship world, just in your relationship sector? Take accountability for the people that you've dated or married, the choices you've made along the way, the reasons why you stayed long after the expiration date, and perhaps if you can recognize the pattern, why you've dated the same person over and over and over again, getting the same results, but expecting something different. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a mindset mastery coach, transformational hypnotherapist, and attachment style specialist. And if this resonates with you, book a one-on-one session with me because I can help you get to the bottom of these limiting beliefs around love. I can help you understand what's actually going on. I call it the fun house of mirrors. When we date the same person over and over again, but we expect different results, and it's like the same person in a different physical body or different physical form. There's a reason for that. And oftentimes we can trace this back to childhood, to our attachment style, to the reparenting that we need to do with ourselves so that we feel good enough. You know, the number one wound that most people carry is I'm not good enough. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. Some people, it's I'm too much, but it's kind of like the same two sides of the same coin. But for most people, it's I'm not enough. And, or I'm not good enough. I'm just not good enough to be happy. You know, I don't deserve happiness. I don't deserve joy. I don't deserve love. I don't deserve success. We walk around with these limiting beliefs and we wonder why our life is crumbling all the time or we're not moving forward. One of the chief complaints I hear from my clients is, I feel like I'm not moving forward in my life. So here's the thing, guys. If you're focused on the past, you're looking over your shoulder, that's the past. The future is here, and the present is right here. It's an embodied presence, right? We're rarely there. We're there when maybe we take a yoga class or we focus on our breath, we go for a walk, or maybe we're in the presence of a very embodied person. We tend to become more present. You guys know that, right? You know that we're energy and we're bouncing off of each other. Like silently, this is happening so that we take on other people's moods or emotions or even stories or limiting beliefs the more we're around that person. So if we're around someone, let's say you're having a good day. Okay, so you're looking over your shoulder to the past or you're gazing into the future, hoping, dreaming, what if, but you're not really in the present. When you've got, let's say, even both eyes, you're just looking over both shoulders constantly, all the time, looking at the past. That's when we're focused on the ex and what they're doing. Now, I create these educational videos on dismissive avoidance so you can get an understanding of what's happening. But I'm also throwing in nuggets of wisdom, nuggets of self-mastery, so you can understand yourself better. And then the healing work you do with me one-on-one is really intimate and transformational. It's change work. It's about changing your limiting beliefs on a subconscious level. It's about getting you to understand, really get that understanding of how powerful you are, how magnificent you are, how incredible you are, how smart you are, how beautiful you are, handsome you are, all of those things that maybe we think we know on a conscious level, but subconsciously we're feeding ourselves these lies all the time. The other thing is if you're looking at the past and you're wondering why, that's a trauma response when we're stuck in that why, but why, but why, but why. And if I can only get the answer to that why, then you know what? Everything will be okay. And then you're going to come to me with another why and another why, but why, but why. The truth is, you may never know why your dismissive avoidant ex did what they did or said what they said or how or when or anything. They don't even know. But you can still move forward regardless of having closure with that person. And that's what my work is all about here. That's what my channel is all about, helping you move forward without getting the answers or closure from that person. You don't need it from that person. You need to give it to yourself. That little boy or little girl inside of you is screaming. That inner child is absolutely screaming for your attention. When you're in pain, you're going through heartbreak and rumination and sleepless nights, unable to eat, unable to focus, And your friends are like, God, what's wrong with you? It's been months or years. That inner child is going, why don't you just turn inwards and look at me? Can you please stop looking out there? Can you stop looking out there for answers? Look at me. Look at me, because I'm here to give you the answers. I know exactly what you need, right? That inner child can be integrated into adult you, and then you become a whole person. But right now, it's a part, and you're a part, and you're two separate, distinct parts. And that inner child needs you to love them, to honor them, to respect their wishes and their choices, to hold their hand, to give them a hug, to tell them that you love them, that you're never going to go anywhere, that you're not going to abandon them or reject them again. Because every time you self-abandon and you get into a relationship with another person who can't give you what you need, you're abandoning yourself and you're abandoning that inner child. And that inner child feels it. And then you're feeling it. And then it feels like everything is just spiraling out of control. The more we look backwards, guys, first of all, life is happening right here, right now. And we don't know how much time we have left. So life is precious. But secondly, the more you look behind you, the less time and energy and space you have to look ahead of you, but also to be embodied here, right now. The other thing about emotions is they're messengers. So if you can just, when you feel an emotion, if you can just practice placing, I like to place both hands because I like to feel the presence of my hands on my heart. And think about the energy, the healing energy of hands. When a child gets a burn or a scrape, we do this. Oh, I'm so sorry. Mommy will make it better. Daddy will make it better, right? Aunt Sarah will make it better. And we instinctively do that to ourselves. When you get burned, what do? Hand goes here. Because you know that that's healing. We innately, intuitively sense our own ability to heal ourselves. So place your hand on your heart when you feel, let's say the next time you feel anxious about this breakup. And then close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths. Imagine breathing into your heart space. Feel the expansion through the lungs, through the diaphragm. Exhale completely. And after about 3 to 5 breaths, give or take, then I want you to ask that inner child, what message do you have for me? Or maybe not go directly to the inner child. Maybe it's the emotion. Fear, what message? What is your message for me, fear? What is your message for me, sadness? What is your message for me, anger? Give it a color, give it a shape, give it a name, give it a sound. And I want you to ask, I want you to sit with it. I want you to be in the discomfort without turning to something else, an external validator. I want you to be in that discomfort temporarily. Because if you can be in it temporarily, it's going to shift. All you're doing by seeking external validation is prolonging the process of pain. We think we're shortening the process, we're prolonging it. You cannot eradicate the pain by running from it. You cannot eradicate the pain by getting the answer to every why. That's not going to make the pain go away. What's going to make the pain go away is presence, is your own presence, is being there for yourself. I can tell you guys that almost a year out of leaving, of separating from my husband, officially divorced for the first time in my life, I am ecstatic to be alone. I'm craving alone time. I am loving being with myself in a way that I've never been able to, I've never felt this before because of this embodied presence. Because I know who I am. Because I know what I love about myself. I know my imperfections, but I also know my strengths and my gifts. And I know what I'm here to offer. I know the medicine that I offer to the world. Do you know your medicine, whatever that is? Do you know the impact that you have on people, on others, on the world, on animals, nature, whatever it is that you love? Learn that. Be curious about yourself. Take all that energy that you're pouring into the dismissive avoidant X and pour it all into yourself. Get really curious about you, maybe for the first time ever in your life. Who am I? What do I like? What do I love? What do I want? Everyone can tell me, I'll ask a question in the first session. If I could wave a magic wand and you could feel exactly how you want to feel, how do you want to feel? What do you want? Well, I don't want Well, see, I don't want to feel not what you don't want, but what do you want? Let me know in the comments below. What do you want? How do you want to feel? Let's get this healing started today. Have a beautiful day, guys. Yes, it's hot out there, at least where I am. It's really hot. Almost unbearably so. But make the choice to have a good day, despite the heartache, despite the grief, despite the stress. Focus on something good. Focus on your breath. Focus on that inner child here, inside. I promise you, making that connection and friendship with that inner child it's a game changer. It's going to change your life. Do it now. Stop waiting. Talk to you soon.